Hey everyone, this is Chet with Christian Hunters of America. We're here doing another YouTube video. This one's going to be a little bit different. Normally some of them are how-to or they're showcasing our hunts and whatnot. This one's going to be a test on coolers. What better place than to test ice retention than here in Phoenix, Arizona. It's storming a little bit today, but it was a high of 105, 106 here in Phoenix. Anyway, we got several coolers. We kept them all in the 75 quart range. It's a Grizzly, a Canyon cooler, and a Orca. A lot of other people test the Yetis and the Arctics and some of the other big names, but we wanted to do things a little bit differently, showcase 3 75 quart coolers that are all the same color or as close to the same color as much as possible, and see what the ice retention is. Every day we'll document it. We'll check sometimes in the morning, sometimes at night, just because of all of our work schedules. Anyway, let's go take a look at the 3 coolers and see how they stack up. Well, without further ado, let's introduce you to the competitors. We have 3 all brown or tan 75 quart coolers. We wanted to keep them as the same color as much as possible because we didn't want to have a white one or a multicolored one and maybe think that that had anything to do with it. It very well may not, but we wanted to keep them all the same color or as close to the same color within each manufacturer. I know a lot of people have seen other videos with Yetis and Arctics, but we wanted to switch it up and show a couple of some of the smaller names. So these are the Grizzly, the Canyon cooler, and the Orca. We pre-chilled all of these with one 10-pound bag of ice. We left it in there until it melted, and then we filled them all up with 70 pounds. Each of these held 7 10-pound bags of ice. As you can see, it's about 6 o'clock in the afternoon here in Phoenix, and in my courtyard it's showing about 101 because this has been in the shade for a little bit. But that's showing about 66, 65, and I think I opened that one up first, so we'll keep an eye on it. We'll try to keep these as close as possible. Follow along while we test all these. We're going to keep them closed, and we're going to see ice retention after a week. Hey guys, this is day 3 of the cooler challenge. We apologize. There were some filming errors on day 2, but we moved the coolers so that they're all in the shade at the same time. We wanted to make it as fair as possible, like we were talking about. We got the Grizzly still on the right, the Canyon cooler in the middle, and the Orca on the left. So we'll go ahead and take a temperature reading. So as you guys can see, it's a warm one. That is showing 114, 113 right here in the sun. Over here in the shade, we're getting about 102, 101. Let's go to the Orca first. Still quite a bit of ice. And it's reading 36. Still doing really well. Canyon next. Also, quite a bit of ice. And it's showing 37. And last but not least, the Grizzly definitely has less ice. And it is reading 36, 35. All around the same. So as you can see, all of them are around the same temperature on the inside. Some of them haven't been holding the ice a little bit as well. I don't know if that's how the sun's hitting it. We're trying to keep the test as fair as possible, so I moved them all over on the side of this courtyard so that they're all in the shade at the same time. They were getting various shades, so that may play a little bit of effect, but it was only for minutes of the day. Anyway, follow along as we continue this test the rest of this week. Thanks. Good morning, everyone. Today's the 4th day of the challenge. It's 93 degrees already, and it's only 8 o'clock. Gotta love the summers in Phoenix. It's gonna be a high of 111 today, so it'll be warmed up, and it'll be putting these coolers through the test. Let's see how day 4 stacks up. All right, here we go. Right here in the shade, it's showing 99 degrees. Let's see how the Orca's doing. Still quite a bit of ice, but it's definitely melting. We'll see. The back of that is showing 52 degrees. They should all be the same on the inside. About 37. Let's see how the canyon's doing. Looks to be about the same. Very similar. The back of that is showing 53 degrees. And inside, as to be expected, the same. Should be all be the same. And last but not least, let's check the Grizzly. Considerably less ice. Quite a bit of that has melted. Let's see what the back temperature reading is. That's reading 56 as well. And inside, the ice water is about 37, so it's all about the same as to be expected. All the ice should be, and the ice water should all be about the same, but the back of the coolers are a little bit different. It's going to be about 110, 111 the rest of this week, maybe even higher. So stay tuned and we'll see what tomorrow brings for day 5. All right, it's day 5 of the cooler test. It is about just before 7 o'clock in the morning. Still about 90 degrees, high 80s. And today is going to be a high of 110 here in Phoenix. So let's check these coolers. All right, as you can see, it's 95 in the shade right here. 94. Let's check the Orca. All right, we got a lot of melting ice inside of the cooler lid. 49 degrees. That's what's left on day 5. Let's check the canyon. Maybe the same. The back of the lid. 51 degrees, 50.8. It's melting fast in this heat. I think no matter what cooler, the sun in Arizona takes its toll. Grizzly definitely has less. $53 on the back of the Grizzly. We're gonna go check this tomorrow for day 6. Stay tuned. It's 5:30 in the morning and about 96.9 here on concrete. Look at the Orca real quick. She's melting. Do 50 degrees on the back. She's melting quite a bit. Let's see how the others are doing. Ooh, even less in the canyon. And the back of that is reading 52. Yesterday it was a high of 112. They're taking their toll on the ice here in Phoenix. And last but not least, the Grizzly. And it is officially out of ice. See what that's registering. 65. I'm assuming the others will probably be out of ice tomorrow, just with the way they're going, but we will stay tuned for day 7 tomorrow. Good morning, guys. It's day 7 of the cooler challenge. Today's going to be a high of 112. So if there's any ice left, I'm sure it won't make it till tomorrow. Let's go look at these coolers and see how they lasted yesterday. All right, we'll check the Orca first again. And there is no ice left. Just to see what it's reading, 56 degrees on the inside lid. And at 6:30 in the morning, it's 97 out here. So sometime throughout the night or yesterday, the Orca had all of its ice melt. I'm sure the rest are going to be the same, especially the Grizzly. It's still cold. That water is definitely cold. The back of that is 67. Yeah, 67. And the Grizzly had less ice yesterday, so as expected, it's definitely kind of cool, but not cold like the canyon water was. And that's showing almost 80 on the back. Let's just feel what the water is like. Okay, that's just as cold, if not colder, than the canyon cooler. So the Grizzly had the least amount of ice on day 6, and the Orca and the canyon both had similar amounts. I'd say under the perfect conditions, if you kept them in the shade, since these do get subjected to the sun, at 6:30 they're in the shade, but as the sun comes up and is overhead, they're not. But we wanted to keep it as fair as possible, so they're all in the exact same spot. I think the Orca and the canyon definitely had, it's cooler water right now.
and the ice lasted longer. Anyway, if you guys have any questions, reach out to us. If you have any other suggestions for comparing other items or challenges or tests, you guys know how to reach us on Instagram and Facebook. And thanks for tuning in to this 75 quart cooler challenge.
Please stay tuned for future videos. If you want to hit that like button and hit that notification button every time CHA uploads more videos, you'll be notified. If you want any more content, you can follow us on our website and Instagram and Facebook under Christian Hunters of America. Thank you.